So somebody commented the other day, and he was talking about my mic, and he was like, "Hey man, why don't you wear, a decent mic, for many videos?" Well, I had the microphone. I've just been too lazy. I've had this thing for like I think 6 months now, and I finally turned it on. So hopefully you guys can hear a little bit of a difference. I hope it even works. I got no clue whether it's working right now. I'm not testing it, but you can see it. Whatever, lavalier mic, whatever. So. There we go. Hope it works for you. Better audio. All right, guys. So something bad has happened. Not as serious as it looks, but something that definitely needs to be fixed. So the other day, this started a couple days ago. Just give you a little backdrop story. Started on Saturday, because that's the day that me and my coworker always go to dinner. And, I go to work, car was running fine. I get out, I go to a meeting for an hour. I get back in my car. The car throws, Christmas lights full of codes and stuff. But really not that bad, not the ones I was anticipating. It gives increased emissions, DSC deactivated, and the car is going into lit mode. Not a big deal. So I have an idea of what it could be, but I decided just to go ahead and clear the code and deal with it later. Because the reason why I did that is because when the car gets cold, and and during the night it's getting down to 20s here in New York, sometimes the car will do funny things, but usually that's not until I get in like the -15, -20. Okay, so not a big deal. Turn the car off, turn it back on. Clear the codes cleared. About 40 miles later, the codes, a check engine light came on. And it wasn't the DSC deactivated. It did say increased emissions. All right, that's all it said. So I put my trusty BMW code reader on here. All right, I'll do a little review of this later on. I've had this for quite some time. And it gives me 3 codes. It says thermostat not reaching temperature. Typically that's a faulty thermostat. I can't remember the codes right off the top of my head. Next one is throttle sensor bank 2. Okay, all right. I did a little bit of research on that, and people might say, oh, that's your throttle actuators. That's not my throttle actuators. That's actually the throttle sensor. Just, in case you didn't know, there is a throttle sensor that is on the front of the throttle body rail towards the front of the car, which is cool. Really easy to get to, people say, but I guess you could replace 2 different parts to it, and which I believe is the wiring and then the actual sensor itself. So with that being said, like I said, don't quote me on that because I ordered the wiring and the sensor. It all came in one piece. But I've seen the sensor by itself, okay, for my car. So I'm going to replace the whole thing. And they said you may be able to get by without taking the intake off, but most likely you're going to have to take it off. Not a big deal. The guy that I read on the forum said he had to take his off, so I know I'm going to have to take mine off, which is really good because in the meantime, what I might do is, I'll look into it tonight, is I might rebuild my throttle bodies. I might just buy the new gears and rebuild it while I'm under there, because the throttle bodies take 5 minutes to get off, they said, once you get the intake off. Okay, cool. If we were to look at this right here, you can see our bank 2, all of our throttle valves, even bank 1, are working just fine. To get on it, it works just fine. So right there, no throttle position. Get some gas, throttle position right there. Everything looks normal on the throttle body, so percentage is all the same across both. So I don't have actual bad throttle body actuators. So it is probably just the hall sensor, like I'm telling you right here. I'm trying to record this while I'm trying to drive so I can engage the throttle a little bit so you can see. But, let me see something. It just gives a bunch of really cool stuff right here. There's bank 1, throttle valves, fuel delivery. All right, there we go. Something else I need to do, so I need to change the throttle body, need to change the throttle body sensor, the Hall sensor, all right? I might change the throttle body gears. I need to change the thermostat, so I need to get up under there anyway. And I'm going to do an oil change, probably with the new Pennzoil oil. I'm going to be doing a video on that once I find out more information. And then I am going to change out the spark plugs while I'm in there. Why not? So those are the 4 or 5 things that I need to get done. Have to get them done because obviously the check engine light came back. I'm not gonna deal with this shit all winter long. You know, driving me nuts. The car's running fine. You see, I'm driving it right now. I have some of the parts coming in. I bought the sensor from ECS Tuning. I'll just give you a breakdown of probably what everything's going to cost. The sensor, the Hall sensor, came from ECS Tuning, which was $98. The thermostat, it's a BMW official thermostat or whatever that comes stock on the car. It was $75 on eBay. All right. And they range, I don't know, they can go up to like, $98. It depends on who's trying to rape you. The spark plugs, I don't know how much they're going to cost. So we're roughly looking at, 200 something. If I were to buy the throttle body gears, that's going to be maybe anywhere from probably 150 to 200. To buy some oil, we're talking, to do a whole oil change, probably 120, 130 bucks, maybe $140. The Pennzoil oil, I hear it's a little bit cheaper, a couple of things cheaper, but we're still talking 10, 11, 12 bucks a quart. Not really that much cheaper. And so that's what we got going on. So look for my video. Hopefully, pray that it is warm. So right now, I mean, it's 41 degrees. It's chilly in my car. I don't have the heat on. I don't know why. I'm going to turn my heated seats on at least. And, I just pray that it's at least like 50 degrees. I'd be cool with that to work on the car. I have some work gloves, to work on the car with. I have to drain some of the water out. I have to drain the oil out. And I'll leave the story for a little bit later on another part that needs to be changed, but I don't want to spoil everything in one video. But that's what we have going on. I am going to be getting all the parts ordered and replaced hopefully this weekend. I would do a time lapse and kind of explain what's going on and everything else for you guys. And let's hope everything works out for the best. And until next time, thanks for watching.